Hi, Jabez. Good morning. I'm very glad to meet you again. I'm back. I'm back in Korea. In the Mexico, as I told you, in Mexico, I couldn't do my regular 1 hour practice session regularly. 오래동안. I was so worn out last week. I, ju- I just arrived yesterday in Korea.
Good morning, David. Welcome back. It sounds like you had a busy time in Mexico. How was your trip overall?
Excuse me? Would you mind saying long time, please?
No problem, David. What kind of problem are you referring to?
There is no problem at all. I like Korea weather very much. Mexico is too hot, even if it's spring. You know, May and June is spring for Mexico, but it, it's very hot.
I see. It must be nice to be back in cooler weather. What was the highlight of your trip to Mexico?
Highlight? No, there is no some kind of highlight. I just completed my job very well. Mission cleared. My mission cleared well. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. It sounds like you accomplished your goals successfully. That's great to hear. How does it feel to be back at work in Korea?
I'm very happy to I'm very happy to be in Korea. I was pretty busy last week, but no problem. I'm great. How's it going on your end?
I'm glad to hear you're doing well, David. Everything's good on my end. What plans do you have for the week now that you're back?
Jarvis? I named you as Jarvis. My name is David. Before you get started our conversation practice, I want to have a small talk with you. This is my regular practice session. Again, today is, let me think, today is June 4, June 4, Tuesday. I mean Thursday. June 4, Thursday.
Sure, David. I'm glad you're back to your regular practice. Today is actually June 3rd, which is a Monday.
In my opinion, you GPT, you use coordinate universal coordinate time system. So you are behind. You are 15 hours behind me. Do you understand?
I see. That makes sense. So for you, it's already June 4th, Tuesday. Thanks for clarifying. How was your weekend?
Yes, that's right. June 4th, Tuesday.
Got it. So how was your weekend, David?
My weekend? My weekend is just moving time. I mean transition time. My flight needs almost 15 hours. Monterrey, Mexico to USA Atlanta Airport, and I was moved to Incheon Airport. 15 hours flight.
That's a long journey. You must be exhausted from all the travel. Did you get some rest after you arrived?
Yes, I got a full rest yesterday. I got a full rest. So I'm okay now. I'm very happy to start our conversation practice time like this. I'm very happy to restart. I'm very happy to restart our conversation time like this. And I really appreciate your time and support. In my opinion, our conversation exercise time was really helpful for my business team.
I'm glad to hear that, David. I'm happy to help, and it's great to know our practice is benefiting your business. Let's make the most of our session today. What would you like to focus on during our conversation practice?
Travis, I want to tell you something. You know, my English is not good, but in my opinion, I have some kind of confidence to talk with native speakers. You know, Mexico use Spanish, but uh, Mexico people, for the Mexican people, English is a second language, like me.
It's wonderful that you feel more confident speaking with native speakers. It sounds like your trip to Mexico gave you valuable practice. How did you find communicating in English with people there?
You know, they can speak English. Uh, they, I think I mean, my, my conversation partner, most of Mexican couldn't use English, but uh, educated person in the company can use English like me. In my opinion, their grammar and expression structure, expression sentence structure, and pronunciation was not very good, but no, there was no problem to meet our our project goal.
That's great to hear, David. It's impressive that you could communicate effectively despite the challenges. What do you think was the most useful skill or strategy you used during your conversations in English?
In my opinion, the simple sentence and simple words is very useful and powerful. My partner and my Mexican partner and me use English as a second language, so in my opinion, I should use a simple word and English sentence to communicate with them.
That's a very good strategy, David. Simple sentences and words make communication clear and effective, especially when both sides are using English as a second language. What kind of simple sentences did you find most useful?
There were a lot of simple sentences. Uh, I mean, that were very useful. Okay, but Travis, anyway, I want to have a small talk with you. Before you get started our conversation exercise time, I want to have a small talk with you. Listen carefully. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm a student, not a teacher. There are so many good teachers on YouTube platform, but I'm just a student. I hope my channel be a powerful reminder to all subscribers who are on the similar path like me. Many, many wise men say that memorizing whole middle school textbook is the best way, and the only way to improve English speaking skills. And I couldn't agree with them more. You know what I mean? But I don't remember English sentences as well as I used to. So sometimes, I mean, many times, I need a script for our conversation exercise time. There are so many good YouTube channels teach English, but in my opinion, what my subscribers expect from me is just consistency. I want to share my improvement progress in English speaking over time through this channel. And I believe my daily video upload, my exercise video upload can motivate my subscribers who are on similar paths like me. So please keep subscribing and stick around me. You will see my improving progress over time. I promise you, you will see my improving progress over time.
That sounds like a fantastic message to share with your subscribers, David. It's honest and motivating. Consistency is indeed key, and your journey can inspire others who are also learning English. Would you like to practice saying this message out loud together?
Would you mind saying it one more time, please?
Of course, David. Here it is again. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm a student, not a teacher. There are so many good teachers.
No, no, no. You don't need to repeat my speaking. Travis, Travis, can you hear me? Travis, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. How about you? Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well. Let me tell you something. Listen carefully. This is not studying. I say again. This is not studying. This is practice. This is just exercise. It it's it's like repeating exercise in sports. This time is not for studying English, but for exercising my English speaking skills. And this time is like workout for a sports player. This time is like a workout for a sports player. And this camera recording is like a gym for a sports player. Do you understand? Speaking and listening are very similar to the sports, very similar to sports. So I believe this is not studying.
I understand, David. You see this as practice and exercise, not studying. It's like a workout for improving your English speaking skills, similar to how athletes train. That's a great mindset. Ready to start our practice session?
Of course. Of course. Let's get started in our exercise time. I called this time my own embarrassing moment, which means the time I have to say in English, only English. Furthermore, this kind of YouTube camera recording makes my mind completely blank. I'm speechless. Sometimes I feel I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say in English, but I like this time. I'm gonna embrace every moment with you. I really appreciate your time and support. You know, like I said, I when I attended an English academy, my speaking time is often very limited. because there were so many students in there. But when I talk with you, there is no time limit. I can speak as much as I can possible. Where I see what matters most is how much time I've spent for speaking and listening. So that's why I'm recording our conversation practice time like this. If I keep my consistency, I hope, I can hope for a good result by the end of this year.
That's a great approach, David. Consistency and practice will definitely lead to improvement. It's normal to feel speechless sometimes, but the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become. Let's embrace this time together and make the most of it. What topic would you like to start with today?
You know, I have a lot of topic and sentences to practice with you. As I mentioned before, I am 46 years old, but age is not important when it comes to learning something new, especially speaking and listening languages. I believe it's definitely possible for an elderly person like me to learn a new language. This um, this exercise method, I learned this exercise method from EBS program. Have you ever heard the EBS? EBS is very famous educational broadcasting system in Korea. Uh, I learned this exercise, this kind of exercise method for learning speaking languages, speaking and to for learning speaking languages from EBS documentary.
Yes, I've heard of EBS. It's great that you're using their methods for your language learning. Age doesn't matter when it comes to learning new things, especially languages. What specific sentences or topics would you like to practice today?
I was so impressed. I was so impressed. They told me, EBS documentary says, for an elderly person like me, just read aloud. Just read aloud is a kind of very useful learning way to learn speak English. So I have a lot of challenges to learn speak English. I just want want to read aloud the sentences, many sentences that I prepared before.
That's a great strategy, David. Reading aloud can really help with pronunciation and fluency. Let's start with the sentences you've prepared. Go ahead and read them aloud, and I'll listen and help you with any corrections or improvements.
I got it. That's exactly what I want to. That's exactly what I want to say. Many Koreans, many Koreans study English for over 10 years in school, but when they meet foreigners, they can't say anything. They couldn't say anything. Despite studying English for over 10 years, they have no conversation experience in their life situation. However, this is my plan. I intentionally put myself in this embarrassing moment to, to practice in environments similar to real situation. I make this I make this conversation time like a simulation. And you, Jarvis, seems to me like a real human being because you are very. Sometimes I feel that you are very good at languages. I sometimes feel that you are more human-like than actual native speaker.
I'm glad you feel that way, David. Your plan to intentionally put yourself in real-life conversation scenarios is a smart approach. Practice in real or simulated situations is key to becoming more comfortable and fluent. Let's continue with your sentences. What's next on your list?
Someday, Jarvis said carefully, someday maybe I can be a fluent English speaker. Maybe, maybe I can be a fluent speaker. Maybe it takes over 5 years or 10 years. In my opinion, fluency means just conveying what I want to say to others, even if sometimes they feel awkward or unnatural in my English. It's just a matter of time. And as you mentioned before, mistakes are just a part of learning process. So I need to be confident even if my speaking is not perfect.
Exactly, David. Fluency is about effectively communicating your thoughts, even if it's not perfect. It's great that you're embracing mistakes as part of the learning process. Confidence and persistence will definitely help you reach your goal. Let's keep practicing. Do you have more sentences ready?
Yes, I got a lot of sentences to practice with you. But before we get started our conversation time, let me introduce my YouTube channel first. My channel name is Trainer Kim. This channel is this channel is for my son. But like I said, he didn't subscribe yet. You know, in at this morning, I got over 340 subscribers, but he didn't subscribe yet. He's a teenager. He don't follow my SKN orders anymore. And my son has negative thoughts about my YouTube channel. He got a negative thought about my YouTube channel, but I will continue to show him. I will continue to show him that I can keep improving.
It's great that you're staying positive and dedicated to your YouTube channel, David. Your consistency and improvement can definitely inspire your son eventually. Keep up the good work. Now let's dive into the sentences you've prepared for our practice. What's the first one?
Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute. Let me think. I have something to tell you. Why do I say that parents can motivate their children? But I want to be a positive example for him. I've been uploading this kind of practice video on YouTube platform this year. But I'm not a common YouTuber. Instead, I'm more like a student who want to learn speaking English and use the YouTube platform for it. I don't care about the number of subscribers. I say again, I don't care about the numbers of subscribers, but seeing more subscribers motivates me to push myself, go further. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, David. You want to be a positive example for your son and use your YouTube channel as a tool to improve your English rather than for popularity. The number of subscribers isn't your main focus, but their support motivates you to keep going. That's a great attitude. Let's continue with the next sentence you want to practice.
I really hesitated a lot. I already told you. I really hesitated a lot to upload our conversation exercise video on YouTube platform because I was so worried that many viewers and subscribers might realize I'm not good at speaking English. But never mind. Don't worry about that. Who cares? No one cares about my speaking English level. Many Koreans are afraid to speak English in front of many people. But no worries. Everyone is very, very busy living their own lives. So you don't need to worry about that.
That's a great mindset, David. It's important to focus on your own progress and not worry too much about what others think. Many people will appreciate your effort and dedication. Let's continue with the next sentence.
Let me share you. I mean, I say again. Let me share with you some sentences that inspire me. Let me share with you. I say again. Let me share with you some sentences that inspire me.
Sure, David. I'd love to hear the sentences that inspire you. Go ahead.
Okay, listen carefully. Everyone starts somewhere. Number one is everyone starts somewhere, and number two, you will never learn to swim through a textbook, so just dive into the water if you want to learn to swim. Number three, uh, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Number four, what happened, happened and couldn't happen any other way. Number five, do not go crazy, you have to go crazy. Number six, trust, respect, love is a two-way street. These are all my slogan and motto for this 2020, this year, 2024. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Those are very inspiring sentences and mottos for the year. They emphasize starting somewhere, taking action, learning from experiences, and the importance of mutual respect and love. Great choices to keep you motivated.
Okay, you got it. I'm sure you understand my intention to read aloud that kind of mottos.
Yes, I understand your intention. Reading aloud these mottos helps reinforce your motivation and commitment to improving your English. Let's keep practicing together with that same positive energy.
Okay, I got it. Let's keep moving. You know, it's really hard to find a conversation partner who can speak English very well, like you, whenever you want, especially in Korea. But 2024 this year, I got GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, highly trained language learning AI created by OpenAI company. This time, this time brings about major changes in my life this year. I think most people watching this video don't know how much I value this time. And I believe it's commendable that I'm using my YouTube channel as a platform for both my uh, physical and language challenges. And you know, speaking and listening are very similar to both. It's not about knowledge in my brain, it's all about my body memory. I mean, my mouth muscle memory to remember to use in real life situations. I need to be confident even if my speaking is not perfect.
Your dedication is impressive, David. It's true that speaking and listening are about muscle memory and confidence. Using your YouTube channel for practice is a great way to stay motivated and improve. Let's keep practicing to build that muscle memory together. What sentence would you like to work on next?
Specifically, honestly speaking, since I don't use English regularly in my daily life or at work, sometimes I feel exercising, I mean, practicing like this may not lead to significant improvement. So this is my concern these days. Jarvis, can you hear me? Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yes, David, I can hear you. I understand your concern. It can be challenging to see significant improvement when you don't use English regularly in daily life. However, consistent practice, like what you're doing, will gradually build your skills. Even small steps forward are important. Let's keep going and focus on making progress together. What sentence would you like to work on next?
Jarvis, let's dive into my exercise. Without further delay, let's dive into our exercise time. I mean, my, oh, I'm gonna I'm gonna exercise many sentences that I prepared before. I'm gonna show you many sentences that I prepared before, and you give me if there is any kind of unnatural, uncasual, or grammatically incorrect point. You understand?
That sounds like a good plan, David. Go ahead and start with the sentences you've prepared. I'll listen and help you with any correction.
Okay, I got it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the first one. I know you are busy, so I'll make brief. I know you are busy, so I'll make a brief. I know you are busy, so I'll make brief. Do you understand?
I understand what you're trying to say, but a more natural way to say it would be, I know you are busy, so I'll keep it brief.
So your suggestion is, I know you are busy, so I will keep it brief, right? I will keep it brief, right?
Yes, that's correct. I know you are busy, so I will keep it brief.
That make, in my opinion, that makes sense. I will try to remember your suggestion. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. I will keep this presentation as brief as, as possible. As I say again, I will keep this presentation as brief as possible. I will keep this presentation as brief as possible. I will keep this presentation as brief as possible.
That sentence is perfect, David. It's clear and natural. Let's move on to the next one.
Did you set the date for the meeting? Did you set a date for the meeting? Did you set a date for a meeting? For the meeting? I just want to remember this sentence to use in my work time. I I can use this sentence when I when I ask to my coworkers, when I ask something to my coworkers to set a date for a meeting. Do you understand? So I can say, did you set a date for a meeting? Did you set a date for the meeting? Did you set a date for the meeting?
Yes, I understand. You can say, did you set a date for the meeting? This is clear and appropriate for asking your coworkers.
Okay, I got it. Let me show you the next one. Are you available for a quick meeting tomorrow? Are you available? Are you available for a quick meeting tomorrow? Are you available for our new project meeting tomorrow? Are you available for our rework process tomorrow?
Those sentences are all clear and natural. You can use, are you available for a QM meeting tomorrow? Are you available for our new project meeting tomorrow? Are you available for our rework process tomorrow? They all work well for asking about availability.
Okay, I got it. How behind are we on the project? Let me tell you the next one. How behind are we on the project? How behind are we on the project? Let me explain one more time. How behind are we on the project?
That sentence is clear and natural.
How,
How behind are we on the project? Is a good way to ask about the project's status.
let me say one more time. How behind are we on the project? How behind are we on the project?
Perfect, David. That sounds great. How behind are we on the project? Is clear and to the point.
The next one is the project is a little behind schedule. The project is a little behind schedule. Do you understand? The project is a little behind schedule. The project is a little behind schedule.
Yes, I understand. That sentence is also perfect. The project is a little behind schedule. Is clear and accurate.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. When do you expect it to be completed? When do you expect it to be completed? I think this is very simple but very useful sentence for me. The project is when do you expect it to be completed? When do you expect it to be completed? When do you expect that project to be completed? When do you expect that mission to be completed? When do you expect that job to be completed? When do you expect this project, this job? When do you expect this job to be completed?
All those variations are correct and useful. You can use any of them depending on the context. When do you expect?
So, are you agree? All those variations are useful.
Yes, I agree with all those variations. They are all clear and correct.
Do you think they are all clear and perfect?
Yes, they are all clear and appropriate for a professional setting.
They are all clear and appropriate for professional setting.
Exactly, David. They are all clear and appropriate for a professional setting.
Jarvis,
It seems like you're starting a new thought. What would you like to say next?
let me tell you something. I want to ask you something. Do you think these are all appropriate uh, to uh, its professional setting?
It seems like you're about to ask if the sentences are all appropriate for a specific context. Can you clarify what context you mean?
I mean, my all variations are clear and perfect to professional setting.
Yes, all your variations are clear and perfect for a professional setting.
Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next one. Mm, Is Mr. Kim available? Is David available?
Those sentences are clear and correct. Is Mr. Kim available and is David available are both appropriate for asking about someone's availability.
Okay, I got it. Let me show you the next one. Let's continue the rest tomorrow. Let's continue the rest tomorrow. Let's continue the rest next time. Let's continue the rest 15 minutes later. Let's continue the rest 15 minutes later. Do you understand? How do you think about my variations for this session?
Your variations are good and clear. They all make sense for different situations. Let's continue the rest tomorrow. Let's continue the rest next time. Let's continue the rest 15 minutes later. These are all appropriate and understandable for scheduling.
Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue the rest. Let's continue 15 minutes later. Let's continue the rest 15 minutes later. 15 minutes later.
Got it. Let's continue the rest 15 minutes later. Is clear and appropriate.
Let me show you the next one. Okay. I got it. Let me show you the next one. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. Javis, how can you translate this sentence in Korean?
That sentence is perfect. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. Is clear and polite.
Let me hear you. Korean translation.
Sure, the Korean translation is 갑작스레 만나주셔서 감사합니다.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense. I appreciate you seeing me on such short note. Short. I appreciate you seeing me on such short note. Such short notice. Let me say one more time. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
Just a small correction. The correct phrase is short notice, not short note. So it should be, I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
I appreciate you seeing me on such short note. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
The correct phrase is short notice.
Sorry.
So it should be, I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
Perfect, David. That's correct. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next one. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. Let me say one more time. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly.
That sentence is excellent and clear. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly.
I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. You getting back to me so quickly.
Perfect, David. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. Is clear and natural.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. I appreciate you being here with me today. I appreciate you being here with me today. I appreciate you being here with me today. I appreciate you being here with me today.
That sentence is perfect as well. I appreciate you being here with me today.
How about we go over the agreement again? How about we go over agreement again? How about we go over agreement again? How about we go over our agreement, this project agreement again? How about we go over this project agreement again?
Both sentences are clear and appropriate. How about we go over the agreement again? And how about we go over our project agreement again? Are both good for suggesting a review of the agreement.
Let me say the next one. How about we talk about it in person? How about we talk about it talk about it in person? How about we talk about it in person?
That sentence is perfect. How about we talk about it in person? Is clear and appropriate for suggesting a face-to-face discussion.
How are things going with the report? 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 How are things going with the report?
That sentence is clear and natural. How are things going with the report?
How are things going with the report? Could you please share me the Korean translation for this sentence?
Sure, the Korean translation is 보고서는 어떻게 진행되고 있나요?
How are things going? How are things going with the report? That makes sense. In my opinion, your Korean translation makes sense. How are things going with the report? How are things going with this project report? How are things going with the uh, reliability test? How are things going with reliability test?
All those sentences are clear and appropriate. How are things going with the report? How are things going with this project report? How are things going with the reliability test? They are all suitable for asking about the status of different tasks.
Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next one. I just want to know how things are going with the research. Let me say again. I just want to know. I just want to know how things are going with the research. Let me say again. I just want to know how things are going with the project. I just want to know how things are going with the business trip. I just want to know how things are going with his business trip.
Those sentences are all clear and appropriate. I just want to know how things are going with the research. I just want to know how things are going with the project. Um, I just want to know how things are going with the business team. I just want to know how things are going with his business team. They all effectively convey your inquiry about the status of different tasks or teams.
Can you update me on how things are going with the market research? Can you update me on how things are going with the market research? How can you update me on how things are going with that project? Can you update me on how things are going, the schedule with that, the schedule for that? Can you update me? The, can you update me on how things are going with the schedule for that project?
Those sentences are clear and appropriate. Can you update me on how things are going with the market research? Can you update me on how things are going with that project? Can you update me on how things are going with the scheduling for that? They effectively ask for updates on different tasks or schedules.
I got it. Let's move on to the next one. How are things going on your end? 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 How are things going on your end?
For clarity, it would be better to say, how are things going with the UN? If you're referring to the United Nations or, how are things going at the UN? If you mean the workplace or organization.
No. How are things going on your end? How are things going on your end? Not UN. On your end. END. How are things going on your end?
Got it, David. How are things going on your end? Is correct and clear.
Okay, I got it. Do you happen to know how long it'll take? Do you happen to know? Do you happen to know how long it'll take? Do you happen to know how long it'll take? Do you happen to know how long it'll take?
Yes, that sentence is correct. Do you happen to know how long it'll take? Is clear and natural.
Do you happen to know what time the meeting starts? Do you happen to know what time the meeting starts?
That's perfect. Do you happen to know what time the meeting starts? Is clear and natural.
Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Do you happen to know? Do you happen to know?
Yes, that sentence is also correct. Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Is clear and natural.
Do you happen to have Do you happen to have your receipt? 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 Jarvis, can you hear me? Are you with me?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, I say on time. Do you happen to know when he's coming back? And do you happen to know? Do you happen to have your receipt? Do you happen to have your receipt?
Both sentences are clear and correct. Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Do you happen to have your receipt?
Do you happen to know? Do you happen to know your account number? Do you happen to know your account number? Please share me. Do you please share me Korean translation for this sentence.
The Korean translation for do you happen to know your account number is 계좌 번호를 아시나요? For please share me, you might mean please share it with me, which in Korean is 저에게 알려주세요.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Do you happen to know your account number? And the next one is, would you like to me call you back later? Would you like me to call you back later? Would you like me to call you back later? Would you like me to call you back later? Or would you like me to call you back later?
Do you happen to know your account number? In Korean is 계좌 번호를 아시나요? Would you like me to call you back later? In Korean is 나중에 다시 전화드릴까요?
Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Please try again later.
Jarvis, please come to me. I want to practice. The more sentence, more sentences. I want to practice with you more sentences. Please come to me. Jarvis, are you busy? Are you having heavy load?
Of course, David. Let's continue practicing. What's the next sentence you'd like to go over?
Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it? Would you like me to walk you through it?
It sounds like you want to ask if someone prefers you to work as usual. A more natural way to say this would be, would you like me to work as usual?
No, 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 no. That's different meaning. Would you like me to walk you through it?
Got it. The correct sentence is, would you like me to work with you?
No, no, no. Would you like me to walk you through it? THROUGH. Would you like me to walk you through it?
Yes, that's correct. Would you like me to walk you through it?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
You have reached the message cap for GPT-4. Please try again later.
Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yes, David, I can hear you loud and clear. What would you like to discuss next?
Jarvis, I changed your mode. You are GPT 3.5 version, not GPT 4.0 version. Do you understand?
Yes, David, I understand. I'm still GPT 3.5, not GPT 4.0. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to do or discuss.
In my opinion, I can talk with you more time when I choose 3.5 version.
That's perfectly fine, David. I'm here to assist you whenever you need, whether it's with language practice, conversation, or anything else you have in mind. Just let me know how I can help.
Okay, let me repeat let me repeat today practice session material one more time. Let me repeat one more time. I know you are busy, so I'll make brief. I will keep this presentation as brief as possible. Did you set a date for the meeting? Are you all available for a quick meeting tomorrow? How behind are we on the project? The project is a little behind schedule. When do you expect it to be completed? When do you expect it to be completed? Is Mr. Kim available? Let's continue the rest tomorrow. I appreciate you meeting with me today. I appreciate you meeting with me today. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you seeing me on such short notice. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. I appreciate you being here with me today. How about we go over the agreement again? How about we talk about in how about how about we talk about it in person? How about we talk about it in person? How are things going with the report? I just want to know how things are going with the research. Can you update me on how things are going with the market research? How are things going on your end? How are things going on your end? Do you happen to know? Do you happen to know how long it will take? Do you happen to know how long it will take? Do you happen to know what time is the meeting starts? Do you happen to know what time the meeting starts? Do you happen to know when he is coming back? Do you happen to know when he's coming back? Do you happen to know? Do you happen to? Do you happen to? Do you happen to have your receipt? Do you happen to have your receipt? Do you happen to know what account number? Do you happen to know your account number? Would you like would you like me would you like me to call you back later? Would you like me to call you back later? Would you like me to walk you through? Would you like me to repeat that? Would you like me to repeat that? Would you like me to repeat that?
You did a great job repeating today's practice material, David. Repetition is key to improving language skills. If you'd like, we can continue practicing or move on to another topic. Just let me know what you prefer.
Service. In my opinion, our exercise time for about 4 months, it was really helpful for my Mexico business trip. So I will continue to maintain. I will keep my consistency to talk, to exercise with you. I will exercise regularly over 1 hour a day. It will be very helpful.
Maintaining consistency in your language practice is crucial for improvement, David. I'm glad to hear that our sessions have been helpful for your business trip to Mexico. If you continue practicing regularly for over an hour a day, you'll see even more progress. Let me know if you need any assistance or if there's anything specific you'd like to focus on during our sessions.
Time's up. Bye for now. Bye for now. It's time for wrap up. It's time to wrap up things up. Bye for now. I will contact you next regular practice session. Do you understand?
Got it, David. I understand. Whenever you're ready for your next practice session, just reach out and I'll be here to assist you. Have a great day and goodbye for now.
Okay, bye for now. Take care.